Hi, good morning. This is Sarah. I'm a horticulturalist here at Rogers Gardens, and happy Thursday. It's almost Friday. Yay. I am going to talk to you today about this week's plant of the week. So every Thursday we do a live stream where we introduce a new plant of the week for you. Every Tuesday at 9:30 we always do a live stream as well, but it's always a different topic. It could be what to do in your garden for this month. This last Tuesday, I did one about staghorn ferns. Usually you see Suzanne, but I covered for her, so you get to see me twice this week. Fantastic. Welcome so much. I appreciate you guys joining in. And today's plant of the week, because we are doing our hummingbird summer, we're talking about hummingbird plants. So today's, and this is such a gorgeous picture. I love this photo. This is a local Orange County hummingbird that you see in this photo here. And we have so many hummingbirds. If you haven't come in yet for our summer hummingbird program that we have going on, it's fantastic. There's just hummingbirds all over the place. And the plant that I'm talking about today is Salvia. So I did one last week about Salvia gregorii. This is Salvia Clevelandi. They sometimes call this Cleveland sage. This particular variety, I'm going to look at the tag because I always say it wrong. Winford Gilman. I always say Gilman. But yeah, so this is a type of salvia. This is a California native type of salvia. So if you do California native gardening or you're interested in doing that, especially because they're very, very drought tolerant plants, and it's just nice to have something that is a local here to California, this is a really, really fantastic one. This gets this really beautiful pale blue flower. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is local to regions of California and Baja, Mexico. So the nice thing about this is in the summertime, it doesn't require a lot of water, which is really unusual, right? So we're so used to just overwatering everything in the summertime. But if you're switching over to natives, you can actually slow down in the summertime. You're kind of trying to mimic what the natural water is like here in California. So you're watering a little bit more in the rainy seasons. You're letting the rain do it. Once it gets established, you can kind of leave it. So if you've got an area that doesn't have irrigation and you're just tired of hand watering it all the time, this is the plant for you. It's in the 1 gallons here that we have, they don't have any flowers on them yet, but they do get this really beautiful pale blue purple flower. The smell of this is fantastic. Now, this is the kind of thing where either you like it or you don't like it. Okay. Oh, we have a hummingbird behind us. Oh, I was like, what are we talking about? Fantastic. But yeah, this plant, I love the smell of this. If you've ever been hiking here in Southern California, you will recognize the smell when you smell it. It's interesting. It's not something that you always see, but it's a smell that absolutely is just, I find totally intoxicating. It smells very much like the white sage that we burn. They are all related. But I do find that it's one that either people like or don't like. But however, I feel like this particular variety smells, the Gilman variety smells the best. I love the smell of it. It's a little bit on the sweeter side, whereas the other one can kind of be a little bit harsh smelling. But yeah, this one gets to be about 3 to 5 feet. Typically, I find this one's a little bit more compact looking than just the traditional California native. And I find that it flowers a little more profusely, so I really like this particular variety. And because of that compactness, it's really nice. So it is a plant that's going to be this is a small young one, so it's not flowering yet. We did have a couple that were flowering, and they were so beautiful. They all got bought yesterday. So I was left with one without flowers to show you. But you can see the flowers on this beautiful picture here. But it's something that flowers pretty profusely, practically year-round once it's established. So it's just a really, really great flower. It's so fun to watch the hummingbirds feed from the salvias. It totally cracks me up every time I'm down in that area where we have the little hummingbird, and the hummingbirds are just going crazy. Typically the hummingbirds we have here are the Anna hummingbirds. So they have the kind of magenta-y, the males have kind of a magenta-y chest and kind of a green colored back. They are territorial. The Annas especially are territorial. So they always kind of fight each other off for the plant that they like. But when you watch them feed, and they're fearless down there. You can absolutely stand down there and watch them. It's really, really amazing. They have no fear of us at all. When you watch them feed on the salvia, it's so funny because this little stamen part, once they insert their little beak into the flower, the little stamen comes down and like boops them right on the nose, which is so funny. So as they're going around, they're pollinating, unbeknownst to them. They think they're just getting nectar, but they're getting booped in the nose. And then each flower they go to keeps doing that. So it's so funny to watch them feed on that. I love being down there to watch, especially around the salvias, because they absolutely go bonkers for them. And I think it's a very common misconception that you have to have red colored plants for hummingbirds. They do like red, absolutely, but they'll go for any of the tubular shaped flowers. So it doesn't have to only be a red salvia. They love these ones. The other nice thing is this is a great attractor for bees and for butterflies as well. The butterflies like to flit around this and like this plant as well. So it's a really great kind of all-around plant, especially if you're working on doing something drought tolerant in your garden, or you want to switch over and kind of experiment a little bit with natives. This is a great one. It's not as finicky and picky as some other natives. Some other natives, if you overwater them in the summertime, they're donezo. They just don't like that. It's not natural for, us to have a lot of, rain or any kind of moisture in the summertime, but this one's actually really tolerant of that. So if you have a garden that you have irrigation in, and you're still kind of tinkering with it and getting the hang of how to handle natives, this is a great starter plant for you. Absolutely. When you walk around for our hummingbird summer area, you'll notice that we have all these gorgeous stickers. How beautiful is this sticker? So we put stickers on all the different things that are the hummingbird attracting plants just to make shopping easier. But it's a really, really great thing that you can see all the different stickers on it, and you know which ones are recommended for hummingbirds. I love this one because pairing it color-wise is so easy. The gray and kind of blue works with practically anything. Great with pinks, great with purples, great with whites. I actually pulled a plant this morning because this is something I absolutely love, and I think these pair so well together. This is another plant. So this is also great one for hummingbirds, great one for butterflies as well. This is also a California native. So again, if you're kind of playing with the natives, these two plants together pair really, really beautifully. This is an Achillea. And what's really, really nice about this is that this is a low growing. So when you pair it, that green and gray together and then that white and blue, so beautiful. We have this one planted in our hummingbird and butterfly garden. So if you do come here, you can see that garden that we have all planted up. It's so beautiful. There's so many pollinators in there. We have our the native California milkweed covered in caterpillars right now. So if you want to see caterpillars in action, we've got hundreds of them. It's amazing. But this one is so pretty even year round. We get asked about this one often in the winter when this flower dies down. So it's got this really beautiful flower. Right, I absolutely love this. They call this yarrow is the common name for it. But when it dies down, this green foliage is just so pretty and it's so dainty looking. So when we think California natives, we don't always really think like super green, lush plants, right? But this one almost has like a fern-like texture. So when it's not flowering and when it's died down, it loses a little bit of its height, and you'll have to trim off some of these flowers, and you can even cut it back pretty hard. But it grows back with this beautiful ferny texture. And we constantly have people asking us, what is the fern you have growing in your bird and butterfly garden? And I always go, oh, I know what you're talking about. It's not a fern. It's the yarrow plant. So this is beautiful. Constantly we're getting asked about this particular one is the Sonoma Coast. But it comes in all different colors. There's a gray leafed one. We have ones with yellow flowers and pink flowers and red flowers. So it's all over the place. So whatever you could possibly want, we have one that fits that need. But I just love these two so much together. This gets significantly big. So think 3 to 5 by 3 to 5 feet. And this one stays low. So it's a great underplanting together. So I had to pull that just because I was grabbing it this morning and I was thinking, gosh, I like those two together. So I wanted to show you that. But yeah, it's a really great, easy plant, same water requirements. So again, if you want to switch over into that drought tolerant, this is the way to go for you guys. So yeah, please come join us for our Hummingbird Summer Program. Check out all of our beautiful hummingbird attracting plants. We have signage like this all over the nursery too to make it really easy for you. If you're unsure, it'll have this gorgeous sticker on it. And we have tons and tons of different kinds of things for sun, for shade, all different kinds of gardens, all different kinds of styles. You can always fit a hummingbird plant into your garden, no matter what kind of garden you have. Even certain and succulents are good for the hummingbirds. So as you're walking around here, if you're not even looking at the stickers or the signs, just follow the hummingbirds because they're going to all the plants that they love. And they're just so fun to watch. We have all kinds of beautiful feeders. We even have a nice, beautiful little hummingbird box that has 6 plants in it all ready to go. So if you just want kind of a starter box, you can pick one of those up. We have beautiful little hand feeders that you can put in the palm of your hand. We even have a little station where you can try it here yourself, which is really amazing. We have yet to get a picture of somebody doing that. I keep wanting to get a picture, but it's like every single time you pull out the phone, it's like the hummingbirds know and they take off. I don't know what that is. But the little ones that you can put in the palms of your hands are really fun. Great for kids, just a really kind of fun family experience as well. We have all different kinds of hummingbird nectars. We have a really great one that's exclusive to us that is a full style nectar. So it has all the different components that the hummingbirds naturally get from plants. So it's even better than just doing the sugar water mix. So you can come pick that up here as well. We've got hummingbird books and all kinds of great things. So please come in and join us. We really, really love to see you. We are going to be doing a live in-person hummingbird event. So yay, I'm so excited about that. We are going to start doing live events really soon. So if you're not signed up for our newsletter, go to our website and sign up for that. You can see all that information there about all the upcoming events that we have. We are still going to do the live streams for you every Tuesday and Thursday. If you can't make it in for the live events, we're even going to go ahead and film those. So maybe you're just not an early bird and 9:30 is just way too early for you. You can always just roll out of bed, even watch us in bed on those live events. And if you just can't make it, we're going to post those later too. So all these live streams get posted later to our Instagram and Facebook page. So if you didn't get a chance to see this live, you can always watch this later. Tag your friends down below. If you know somebody who's just hummingbird crazy, let them know what's going on. This is a really, really fun event that we have going on. And just in the monarchs too, it's not just hummingbirds. We have tons and tons of monarchs flying around too. It's just amazing down there. So always tag your friends. We have our native milkweed in. Yay! Everybody's always asking about that. We've got that going on. With our hummingbird, we are making donations to the local chapter Audubon Society called Sea and Sage. So that's really awesome. So you have a chance to round up your purchases and we match them. They do all kinds of amazing, amazing things for conservation and stuff like that as well. They're a really great chapter local here that we really appreciate having. So it's a really great event. Also too, make sure you sign up for our YouTube page. We have all kinds of amazing content on our YouTube page. It goes back and back and back. So you can see all kinds of amazing things there. You can even watch things to start getting ready for fall. It's funny that fall is already on our mind here, but we are already a little bit of prepping for our Halloween coming up. So we're always kind of one step ahead. So you can see all kinds of great videos there. That's just why it's always on my mind. I love our Halloween time here. Our Halloween room is like nothing else I've ever seen. It's just absolutely amazing. So I'm super excited about that coming up this year as well. And then if you didn't get a chance to watch this live again too, you can always ask questions later. So always drop your questions down below and we'll answer those for you later. But if you are watching live, does anybody have any questions? Anything coming up?
If you could repeat just one more time for everybody out there, what is the ideal environment for growing the Cleveland sage?
Yeah, so, I didn't even get into that. Full sun. So this is a full sun plant, good drainage. Most of the California natives that we sell typically tend to be the full sun. Obviously, there's shady areas in California and plants grow well there, but those tend to be a little bit trickier because usually they have very specific water needs and things like that. So if you're a true native-only planter, you know how important microclimate and zoning is. That is an art, and if you can do that, that's absolutely amazing. But both of these are full sun, good drainage, low water in the summer, which makes it a really nice thing. So we don't have to constantly overwater in the summertime when the plants just don't naturally need it. This guy can handle some partial shade. I've seen it grown in some partial shade. What I find is it doesn't get as many flowers and it tends to not be as compact. This particular variety naturally is more compact. But I find if you're growing this in like partial shade, and you can either do morning sun or afternoon sun with it, however you want, but it needs at least like 5 direct hours would make it the happiest. 4, you're pushing it, tends to get a little leggy and less flowers, but it still will work in that situation. Same thing with the yarrow. The yarrow can handle a little bit of shade, but the more sun it has, the more compact, the more dense, the more full it is. So full sun for these guys, and good drainage. Make sure that you're not planting it in a really like hard clay area. If you do, you need to do some amending there. Maybe add some gypsum, and then add some of the cactus mix to kind of give yourself some textural differences in your soil, and then just slow down on that watering if you've got poor drainage areas.
Can both of these be grown in pots rather than the ground?
Yeah, absolutely. The nice thing about this too is that just straight old cactus mix, no saucer on the bottom. They don't want to sit in their own water. We sell little pot feet to poke up underneath your pot. So if you have a nice, beautiful pot that is, decorative, get rid of that saucer if it has one. We have little feet that just slide underneath and they just lift this up off the ground. I like that much better in general for kind of anything to not have a saucer in the bottom, because the saucer tends to make a condensation ring, and that's what we think we're trying to avoid is the water on our concrete or our stonework or anything like that. But if you've ever moved a big pot that had a saucer underneath it, you still have a ring there. But if you're using those little pot feet, the water is running freely and you tend to not get any kind of rings when you move that around. The cactus mix would be the best thing to use for this. You can put a little bit of regular soil in there as well, the regular potting soil, but I would say a little more than 50% cactus mix to regular potting mix, or just straight cactus mix would work as well. And absolutely great in pots, because these things don't go totally dormant either, which is really nice. So I know a lot of times people like to put their dahlias and their peonies and things in pots, and then maybe you hide them later when they're kind of dormant. What this is something you can have out year round, which is really nice. And once this really starts flowering, it flowers practically year round too. Yeah. Any other questions?
No, I think that's it. Thank you,
awesome.
Sarah.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Like I said, follow us on Instagram or Facebook if you haven't done that already. Definitely subscribe to our YouTube page, because not only do we post our live streams, but we post videos there that we've edited together, tours through the store, all kinds of really amazing videos there. They're absolutely gorgeous, so beautifully done. Sometimes I watch those videos and think, wow, we did that? That's just mind-blowing to me. So there's all kinds of really great things. And then also, definitely sign up for that email list. There's so much great information. You'll know about all the deals that we're having. You'll know about all the promotions we're having, all the new events coming up. When our Halloween room opens, when our Christmas room opens, you will be the first one to know. So you're always in the know, and you can kind of beat the crowds with that too. So again, thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Again, my name is Sarah Smith. I'm a horticulturalist here at Rogers Gardens. We do these live streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 o'clock. And be well, be safe, and happy gardening, everybody. Bye.